The village of Nkambo was small but full of life. The river ran clear, the mango trees were heavy with fruit, and the sound of pestles pounding fufu echoed in the evenings. Girls played at the riverside, their bare feet splashing the cool water, while boys chased goats in the dusty lanes. Amma was among them, a soft-spoken, hard-working girl of 17, with dreams of opening a small shop. Her father was a fisherman. Her mother sold smoked fish at the market. Their life wasn't rich, but it was peaceful. One evening, Amma's grandmother told her, "Child, a good name is worth more than gold. Protect it like a treasure." Amma nodded, never imagining that in a few short years, every girl in Nkambo would lose that treasure. It began during the dry season when the wind carried dust instead of rain. A convoy of cars rolled into Nkambo, kicking up clouds. Out stepped men and women in clothes far finer than anything the villagers had seen. Silk dresses, polished shoes, and smiles that seemed to hide something. One of them, a tall woman named Sisi, had skin smooth as glass and a voice like honey. She gathered the young women under the baobab tree and spoke of the city. "In Accra, life is different. There is money everywhere. All you need is beauty and confidence. I can help you." She gave out new sandals, small bags of rice, even mobile phones. The elders frowned but said little. After all, no one gave gifts for nothing, but no one wanted to accuse strangers without proof. The rains failed that year. The river ran low, fish disappeared, and the maize fields turned brown. Children went to bed with empty stomachs. Ammar's friend Akosua came home from a short trip to the city, wearing a shiny red dress and holding a bag full of groceries. Her parents now had enough to eat. She laughed as she told Amma, "The city is good, my sister. I make more money in 1 week than my father makes in a year." Amma wanted to believe her, but she felt a knot in her stomach. One by one, the young women began leaving with Sisi. Each promised to send money home. When they returned for short visits, they brought gifts, radios, perfume, fine fabrics. Their parents looked proud, though some avoided talking about what their daughters did in the city. Ammar's own family began to struggle. Her father's boat needed repairs, and they had no money. One night, her mother said softly, "Amma, if you went to the city for a short time, maybe we could fix the boat. Then you could come back." Amma stayed quiet. That night, she could not sleep. Sisi returned to the village. She found Amma by the riverbank, sewing a torn dress. "You're wasting your beauty here," Sisi said, sitting beside her. "In the city, you could earn enough to buy your own shop." Amma hesitated. "But what would I have to do?" Sisi smiled without answering, only saying, "You'll see. It's not so hard, and you'll thank me later." 3 weeks later, Amma boarded a bus to Accra with 3 other girls. She told her grandmother she'd be back in a month. The city was nothing like Amma had imagined. She expected offices, markets, and shops. Instead, she found herself in a dimly lit apartment with loud music and strangers coming and going. The job was explained quickly and without kindness. "You'll entertain men," one of the older women said flatly. "You smile, you please them, and you get paid. If you refuse, you go back home with nothing." Amma wanted to run, but she thought of her family's broken boat. She stayed. 2 years later, Amma came back to Nkambo. She wore gold earrings, her dress shone like sunlight, and she carried an expensive phone. She gave her parents money to repair the boat and buy new fishing nets. But her eyes were tired, as if she had seen too much. She no longer joined the girls at the riverside. She didn't sing the old songs. When little Efua asked, "Sister Amma, is the city nice?" Amma only replied, "It is not what you think." Soon, all the girls were gone. The riverside was empty. Boys left for the city too, chasing their own dreams. Mothers stayed awake at night, staring down the road. Rumors spread. Some girls never came back. Others returned sick. Still, no one spoke openly. It was as if the whole village had agreed to keep a painful secret. One evening, under the baobab tree, the elders gathered. Old Nana Kweku spoke. "We lost our daughters not because they were weak, but because hunger pushed them into the lion's mouth. If we do not find another way, we will lose the rest of our children too." They decided to start a farming project and a small craft school for girls, but they knew it was too late to bring back the innocence that had been stolen. Years passed. The mango trees still bore fruit, and the river still flowed, but the songs of the girls were gone. The young women of Nkambo were no longer remembered for their laughter, but for the roads they had been forced to walk. Amma sometimes sat by the river, sewing quietly, watching the water flow. She wondered what life might have been if no strangers had ever come. And in the evenings, the wind carried a silence that even the crickets dared not break.